Okay. So a single leg roll up starts from horse. You hold onto the opposite side. You bring your leg through the middle, pull yourself around, strike a pretty pose. It is wedgie-ish.
A little bit.
A little bit wedgie-ish. But it's the same movement as a seahorse. And then to do it again, you lean back again, roll up again. My thigh says, no, thank you. I'm going to come out of this. Whew. Whew. That was intense.
Near his knee.
Ugh.
More stable.
Ugh. Actually, I think I remember when we learned this with Ariel, they said bring it closer to the knees too. Let's try that difference. Not on the knee because joints are sensitive, but just above it. It's interesting because thigh wrap up higher is more comfortable, like thigh lock. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely better. Nope, too much.
This one's very wetty. Yeah.
I bet the kids would love it.
Yeah.
I also bet the more you do it, like everything, the less awful it is.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna go grab my manual. Okay, let's see what it has to say about single leg roll-ups. What are my pages? 112 to 114. 112 to 114. Okay, whoops. Alrighty, so yeah, she does it pretty up high on her thigh.
Yeah.
But I feel like in aerial dance, they had us do it lower on the knee too.
Definitely felt more stable, at least less swingy.
When it's closer on the knee or higher up?
Closer to the knee, yeah.
It felt a lot less pinchy for me. Okay, I'm just trying to look at if there's anything else I wanted to add from this. Do not let the fabric slide over the knee. Yes, because it's not good for the knee. Engage the core and the quad when lifting the leg. Hip flexors. Squeeze the glutes when passing the body between the posts to avoid getting stuck. Easier when you have a smaller booty. Yeah. Only add additional roll-ups when comfortable with one roll-up. That's where I went wrong. I was already uncomfortable. Try to do more. But that is a good point because you should tell people that. You're like, if this is already uncomfortable, don't attempt the next part. There's no point. There's no need.
It's worse.
Yeah.
This is the best it gets.
When performing multiple roll-ups, brace the loose fabric with one or both hands. You did a good job of that, pushing it away. Mm-hmm. That's a really important one, I think, for the kids. Yeah. You'll need to tell them. Because they can do a million roll-ups because they have no pain or fear.
Yeah, they'll get stuck in very interesting ways, too.
I know.
Like, there's been times where they do something and they're like, I'm stuck. I'm like, I don't know how you got there.
I know. I know. Kind of feel bad for their parents. Right. And like, I'm trying to teach them. I'm like, make sure you always have like a step ladder or a tall chair so your parents can just stand you on that and you can untangle yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, use a hip spot. Oh yeah, spotting. You could use a hip spot to spot someone. Do you want me to practice spotting you?
Sure.
Okay, let's see. One more thing. Confusion over the leg thread. Some students may be unsure which way to thread the leg. I think it helps if they already know how to do seahorse, which they may or may not, right? Seahorse is one of the ones we tend to learn first. Yeah.
Yeah.
but the leaning back creates a cross in the post, which is good to tell them because it shows them how to recognize patterns in the hammock
Yeah.
with the crosses. Because the more advanced you get, the more you need to know, like, okay, this is going to cross over here, and that's how you find the thing.
Yeah.
Students might be holding the wrong pose, so it's important they know it's the opposite. Again, just like seahorse.
Yeah. I always think of it as like, I was always taught for Lyra like 3 points of tension. And
Yeah.
So, like, you have something between your legs, you're crossing over it so you can actually stand. If you do the other way, you won't go anywhere. So that kind of helps. But
Do you
I
think
don't
that
know if
applies on the hammock as much?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm on...
So you said 3 points of tension, is that what you
I
said?
think it was like 3 points, or at least like 2. 3 is
Yeah.
like the safest, but like if you... I always think of it like the tree pose, for example. Like, you're wrapping around it. And so, like, you're pressed against your ankle,
Yeah.
against the thigh, and then the shoulder. And so you're pretty secure here. Or maybe it's the 3 points, like, especially if you let go.
Yeah.
You feel the most, that's the most secure. So
Yeah.
it works for some poses, but not all.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, like if I held on, that's just trapeze. And I guess playing with that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Just beware of tension, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in the hammock, I know a rule that I was taught was that tension is safety,
Yeah.
right? So anything that's loose is unsafe.
Yeah.
Like, so if you roll up again, the loose spot is an unsafe spot. So you should push against it to create tension, because tension is safety.
Oh, it's the same with turning too. Like if I turn the right way, it gets more tense.
But yeah, where a lot of people could get stuck is hip flexor flexibility, mobility, not able to lift their legs at all. Which again is why, you know, doing hip flexor work in the beginning of class is important.
Yeah.
Rolling over the knee joint. Too low on their knee could put pressure on the knee joint. We don't want that. Could cause injury. Reminding students to walk their hands up as high as possible to help them lift. Just like with seahorse, if your hands are low, it's going to make it harder to pull yourself up.
Yeah.
The lower your hands, the more oomph you're going to need.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah, right? It's really hard. And people will be like, I'm not strong enough. And it's like, nope, your hands are just too low.
Right, yeah.
Reach higher.
A lot of aerial is like, you have to kind of make it
Find that right leverage point.
without overcompensating different muscles that shouldn't be used.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like this, actually.
Okay. Yeah? You crazy. But do you see what you did? You fanned it out on your thigh a little bit.
Yeah.
The kids intuitively figure that out too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna raise it up a little bit more again. Okay, so how would you spot me? Yeah, my grip strength is poop today. I'm gonna use grip aid.
It's tired me out from Wednesday.
I know.
My hands are so tired.
Okay, so I am nervous. Cue me on how to do this.
So we're going to hold on to the inside of the silk. We're going to lean back.
Ah!
Actually, yeah, that's good. Underneath our anchor point, holding up higher, and lifting our leg up, our standing leg, up and through the silks.
Which way?
In front of the inside pole.
So here's what I would do. Here's how I do it. I come over here to my open side. Literally tap my leg and then point.
Oh, yeah.
So what goes where?
Goes through here.
Oh. Now what?
Now we're going to lift ourselves up, squeeze our glutes up into a pencil position. Perfect.
And I would also say, and then turn your body till you're facing the windows.
And your hips toward the windows.
Because otherwise I'm like, I am lifting.
I'm standing.
Turn your body to the windows. To the windows. To the walls. Ouch, this hurts.
Yes, if this hurts now, don't do any more.
How do I get out of this?
So we're going to bring this leg and bring it back through as we lean back.
Ah,
Yeah. And then bring ourselves into trapeze.
like this.
Yes.
Ah, my fingers are glued together. The spray didn't go on normal. It just got stuck between my fingers.
I didn't know it could do that.
Ah. It's pretty strong. Okay, so how would you spot me is what I want to say, but I'm thinking as I'm doing it. The spotting would be more on the way down than the way up. Let me show you, making sure you can see. Okay, so you get into it. You want to do that side. Okay, and if somebody says it's uncomfortable, let's just play around with this. Tell them, well, try spreading it out a little bit more on your thigh. You know, it'll bunch up as you rotate, but at least it'll start more comfortable. Reach up as high as you can. Okay, you're gonna lean back into my hands, bring that leg through the front of the hammock. Good, and then pull yourself up. Yay, make a pretty pose with your toes. Oops, sorry. Okay, now to get out, lean back into my hands. Bring that leg out and around, yay! So that's how I think I'd spot somebody who is nervous.
Yeah, because then they know.
I mean, usually if you're in a level 3 class, you're probably not nervous by that.
Yeah.
But you never know. There's been a lot of new people coming in.
The one thing is if you go as high as you can with your hands, it's hard to bring your leg up.
It's true, because you can't lean back.
Yeah.
So it is a balance
Yeah.
of as high as you can, down a little.
Yeah. Almost
like as high as you can with maybe relaxed arms instead of active arms. But it's
Yeah.
above head height, because that would be too low, I think.
Yeah, that's a little.
It depends on your arm strength.
Yeah. Ugh. Like almost.
You can do, I don't think they teach this in the book, but you can do double eyelet, one on each thigh.
Ooh.
I don't know what they would call this, a double wrap. I'm not sure what they would call it. I learned it as eyelet and double eyelet. But the first part you already know, but then you're gonna scissor the other leg on top. So it's gonna go like, let me switch sides so you can see me better. Close. Let me show you. Because it's been a while since I did it, so I have to remember.
Do it first.
Yeah, okay, so opposite side. I'm going to put my other leg here, and now I'm not gonna rotate over, then I'm going to put it through. And then, yeah, ta-da, extra pinchy. Whee! So it's kind of like a scissor movement. Yeah.
I think you can do it. Oh, never mind, you can't do a second. Ooh.
Anything's possible if you have no pain receptors.
Yeah, I guess so. It's actually not that.
Let me try to find that video so I can link it here. YouTube.
Those hip flexor things are very helpful.
Aerial yoga eyelet. Yeah.
Tourniquet effect, but don't be alarmed because it does take some time to get
Let's not watch
used to.
this because it's 4:44. We've got more to get through. But I'm just gonna paste it here. or single eyelet to double eyelet. That's the video I'm linking, which is the pose we just learned. Okay, let's talk about knee corset. And I'm starting to think that maybe we won't get to cross back today, which is fine.
Here's how you get from crossback to knee corset, though, that's for sure.
From cross back to knee corset?
Yeah.
That is a drop.
Oh.
Wendy did it in her routine. It was her final move.
Oh, that's awesome.
But this is single leg roll up to knee corset.
Okay.
We're still on single leg roll up.
The prerequisite for this move is a horse position and a strong single Hox grip.
Hawk's grip.
So you just do a single leg roll up, bend your knee and lean back.
Okay. Oh, we'll have to do some ab work for that one, I bet.
Yeah, to get back up.
Begin in a horse position with both hands on the
Okay.
inside post. Lift the
Inside
free leg up and
pose.
between the posts. Pull the torso between and through the posts, following the leg.
And then you're going
Bend
to
the
do
right
another
leg and
half
sink the body
rotation.
down.
Bend your
Slide the hands
knee.
down the posts. One or both hands can be removed if desired.
Bend your knee. Yeah, but that leg behind you. Yeah. Because again, they're assuming, sorry, my foot. They're assuming very high hammocks, right? They're on a pretty high hammock.
To a horse position. Dismount from horse as normal.
Oh, the dismount? Here, let's watch the dismount. Because you got all tangled. Okay, so watch how they untangle.
To dismount, hold the post
Grab
on the inside
post and kick your foot out.
Up and between the posts to return to a horse position. Dismount from horse as normal.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to practice this now. Okay. So, roly, roly, poly. All right, so you do 1.5, bend your knee, and for beginners, you might have them not let go, or maybe you have them let go with one hand. If we were high, we could reach for that foot behind our back. Oops, sorry. Okay, and then to get out, reach back up for that inside pull. And you gotta kick that leg up and over quickly into horse. And then back into trapeze. Ooh. I know. Holy grip.
Some grip.
Holy grip.
I know, I didn't cut my nails. I should have.
I know.
That was the worst. I had the.
Every time I have a desire to grow out my nails, I regret it a few weeks in.
I know the tips of my fingers start to hurt because I think I like bend them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
From it.
Yeah, I bend mine pretty bad. Like, do you see those black spots still?
Yeah.
That's from like a week ago too. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so that's knee corset. Let's practice that on the other side because evenness. And then I'm gonna remind myself, read through this. 101.
Nice to see how it feels if you do a thigh one. Maybe that's why they want to do that.
Huh?
Oh, but then I wonder what happens if you have it to the knee or the thigh.
I had mine a little lower. Yeah.
Should my knee be kind of slanted like that?
Huh?
Should my knee be slanted?
Like your knee, I mean turning inward?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just because your center of gravity is your midline,
Oh, yeah.
right? So since you're hanging from your knee is going to be central to your center of gravity.
Oh, that's true.
That's my guess.
Ooh, this is a lot.
Yeah. Because when I think of like what's bad for your knee, usually I'm like, the knee should be pointed in the same direction as your toes. And your toes were also pointed inward. And I think it's just because you were hanging from your knee, so it had to be central to your body, which is why it looked crooked.
Okay.
That's my guess.
That makes sense.
Okay. Spotting, because I can see this one being nerve-wracking, right? So do you want to pretend to spot me or the other way around? Basically, you wouldn't show this to someone unless they already mastered at least one roll,
Yeah.
right? If they can't do one roll, they're going to struggle with this one. So you just have them keep practicing that single leg roll up.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the part that's scary, the spotting would happen from the top of that single leg roll up to the hanging part, and maybe helping them get back up afterwards.
Yeah.
So again, that's where she's at here. Like I would maybe, start spotting as soon as you get to that top and be like, go ahead and lean into my hands, bend your knee, lower yourself down. Okay, now pull yourself up, and like I'd assist you with that. You want to try and spot me?
Sure.
I was hoping you'd say no so I wouldn't have to do it again.
I mean, I can do it.
I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm going to grab onto my opposite side. Okay, so here's probably where I'll need help from.
Okay.
So get behind my shoulders, and I'd say like lean back into me.
Into me. And then bend that top knee.
Like this?
Yeah.
Am I doing it?
And you can let go of your top hand.
No, thank you.
No, you don't have to.
Can you help me get back up?
Yes. So we're going to bring ourselves up.
Now what?
And then we're going to lean toward the mirror.
You be there. Help me. Lean towards me.
Lean toward me, toward the mirror.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay. Because even if they already know how to do a single leg roll up, now you've introduced something new, and they're scared, and they might forget what they did before.
I feel like the moment your feet are no longer on the ground,
Everything gets
Everything's
discombobulated, yeah. Okay, cool. So that's how I would spot. I think an important thing to note is once you do that extra half turn, scared people might try to keep their legs straight. And so you might have to remind them to bend the knee so that they can do that knee corset. Yeah. One of both hands can be removed if desired. I'm trying to see if anything here. Oh, making sure, like cueing, not cueing just bend the knee, but like drawing the foot in towards your leg.
yeah.
Like you want to actually actively use that hamstring, because if you're just passively, maybe it'll tweak your knee, but also maybe you'll slide out of it.
Yeah.
So you have to actively engage.
So like pigeon basically, or double post pigeon.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah, you have to actively engage. Not just passively hang from your knee. That bent knee is very active, as if you were hanging from a trapeze or something.
Yeah.
Only release the hands if confident in the knee grip, if your hamstrings are engaged. Oh, this is another good one. If somebody wants to try letting go but is nervous about sliding out, they say an ankle spot. So if I'm at that point where I'm in my knee corset, but I'm not sure if I can let go, you could hold their foot.
Okay.
So their foot doesn't accidentally kick up and they slide out.
Yeah.
That's what they mean by an ankle spot.
Okay.
So that's another option. If the knee corset is too close to the knee, it can cause discomfort. Make it hard for them to engage the hamstrings. It's less secure. Although named knee corset, most of the pressure should actually sit around the thigh. Oh, struggling with the leg flick to dismount. That was one thing that you got caught up, and you're like, wait, how do I get out of this?
Oh yeah.
That leg flick. Students can use their other leg to help with this motion, swinging the leg up to encourage a straddle action. As an alternative dismount, students can also reverse the movement, climbing back up and over.
So like,
Straddle, yeah. For me, that looks harder.
well, I can do a double one at that point and just keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, you found a loop.
Ugh. Oh god, the kids are gonna know about that and they'll never stop.
Yeah. Well, wear them out, though.
Yeah, that is true.
It's really all parents want.
Yeah. We free.
Yeah, exactly. And then they say, you know, worst case scenario, have them just lower themselves to the floor and then straighten the bent knee.
Yeah.
But you can always climb back up and over, too.
Yeah.
Instead of like trying to kick out, you can just go back through like you would for a roll up.
Yeah.
Regressions, creating shapes in knee corset, like trying to grab the opposite foot or crossing your legs like secretary. Oh, that could be fun.
Oh, that'd be pretty. Like this?
Yeah. Like, especially if you're more upside down and you're spinning, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Try climbing up and over. Because that was one of the dismounts they talked about, yeah. Probably more strength, but less finesse.
A little bit.
For me, I feel like it'd be easier to
think
do a
it-
leg
yeah.
flick, but I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person because it definitely like it supports you really well. So once you're at this point,
It's not too hard to,
good, yeah.
yeah, because you let gravity of your legs tilt you back.
Yeah. You just have to be aware of your balance a little bit.
Yeah. Advanced progression, knee corset somersault. Want to try it? Knee corset somersault.
Somersault.
I imagine you just, yeah, bring that up and over.
Is the somersault's the back one?
I mean, a somersault can be forwards or backwards. Maybe, I mean,
Yeah, no, I don't know.
yeah.
I'd have to see a video of that. What?
Yeah, it doesn't show a video. It just says it. There's no video of that one. Yeah. Knee corsets are part of a larger family of moves known more generally as corsets. A corset in aerial sling is defined as a sling loop covering a part of the body with the post crossing on the opposite side. In a knee corset, the loop covers the thigh with post crossing under the knee. In general, the direction of the crossing post does not matter for the corset itself, but will impact the dismount. Most common entries to knee corset cause the post on the outside of the knee. Well, that's good to know. To be the one closest to the body. Other corsets around different body parts are possible, but tend to be less accessible and more uncomfortable than a knee corset. Some of these will be introduced at advanced level, including the traditional corset around the waist and a single leg ankle hang, which can be considered a foot or ankle corset. Interesting. They teach that one in the aerial manual.
Oh, the ankle.
Yeah, and corset. I do have that programmed in here from Infinity Seat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, we're getting close to our time, so we're not going to talk about crossback too much today because I got to prepare for my next class. But do you want to see how to get to knee corset from? Oh, and then I would say turn the whole thing into a mini flow.
Okay.
Right? And that might be a whole class, depending on how big the class is.
Yeah.
So the whole flow would be Delilah, horse, trapeze, horse. Well, I guess just Delilah, horse, or trapeze, horse, however you want to get to trapeze. But from horse, single leg roll up, to knee corset, then back to horse, and practicing on the other side. Okay, but here's the thing.